Okay, so people have to work in order to make a living, right? Well, there are a lot of different kinds of jobs out there in the world. But I think you guys will be very surprised at how many just really dumb jobs there are. But you know what? I'm not one to judge, because a lot of people think that being a YouTuber isn't a real job. They might actually say that this is a pretty dumb job. So I actually have a lot of respect for these people on this list, because well, I'm not doing these jobs. Maybe they're not dumb, but you know what? Let's have fun with this one. Because I did the research for this, and I find myself scratching my head, and I just can't believe that these jobs are actually real. So, should I say it? Is this real life right now? So here we have the top 10 dumbest jobs that actually exist. Hey, how's it going, you guys? I'm your host for this one, Landon Do Not Sing, and make sure you guys stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to be replying to you guys' comments and questions from previous videos. It's a time that we get to be intimate with you guys. I get to answer some questions. It's fun interaction, and you guys get to be featured in a most amazing top 10 video. We want you guys to become a part of the family. So kicking things off like we always do with number 10, we have a kids camp packing consultant. Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that this job exists because some super rich parents are just too lazy to help their kids pack for summer camp. That doesn't sound surprising. But what's shocking is that these professional packers can actually make up to $250 an hour. I mean, is this real life right now? Be right back. I'm quitting YouTube because I just found myself a new career. Alright, I'm back because no one wanted to hire me. I told them I'd pack their kids' bags, and then they threatened to call the cops. Alright, all jokes aside, these guys can actually make up to $250 an hour. I guess some people just have money to burn, like literally. But then again, they don't pack a typical suitcase. Sometimes these professional packers get really strange requests, like pack 10 bags, or even packing things to recreate the kid's entire bedroom. I mean, seriously, when I was a kid, I had to pack my own suitcase. I just throw in some clothes. I'm supposed to throw in a toothbrush, but I didn't. I would play my Game Boy. Yeah, you guys know what that is? I'm talking about the Game Boy without the light attachments, because they never had those back then. But you know what? Maybe the world is full of Kevin McAllisters.
I don't know how to pack a suitcase. I've never done this once in my whole life.
Tough.
That's what Megan said.
What did I say? You told Kevin tough.
The dope was whining about a suitcase. What am I supposed to do? Shake his hand and say congratulations, you're an idiot?
Real life mannequins stare us in at number 9. I mean, no way, this can't actually be a job in today's world. It's like we're taking a step backwards because we've literally created plastic mannequins for the sole purpose of modeling clothes. And now we want to pay someone to just stand like super still for hours and hours to model their clothes. I mean, can't you just get rid of them and just pay $0 for a mannequin? This sounds almost like torture. So there are actually a few different types of human mannequins. First, we have the typical stand in a store window mannequin, and then we have these live mannequins who have designers who make clothes like to their body and molds to their body. Now this job actually makes sense because when a company is designing their clothes, they'll be able to see how the fabric moves with a real person instead of a stiff plastic mannequin with unrealistic measurements. You ever walk into a store and you're like, damn, I want that shirt. You take it home and you're like, where's all those muscles? Like, they make these mannequins ripped. And when I first heard about these real life mannequins, this is what I pictured. Closet Exorcist that jumps into number 8. I actually think I need one of these because we have a ghost in our bedroom. I'm not kidding. And don't worry, I'm not talking about this kind of closet exorcist. Would you guys believe that some people pay a closet exorcist to decide what stays and what needs to go from their wardrobe? Okay, wait, hold on. So this closet exorcist isn't to get rid of ghosts? Who needs you? Get the heck out of here. Why are you telling me what needs to go or stay? Everything needs to stay. I don't care if I have a hornet for like years. And how about this? Instead of spending your money on someone to go through your clothes, you can spare 1 to 2 hours from your Sunday afternoon and get it done. Or just stare at it for an hour and just decide you don't want to get rid of anything. A professional stander brings us to number 7. What is this? Okay, well, there's a service that allows you to hire someone to wait in long lineups for you. So the days of you waiting in line to buy concert tickets or maybe the new release of the iPhone, well, those days are over. You know, Black Friday or Boxing Day. Yeah, those days are also over as well because you can just pay a little bit of money and you can have them stand in line for you. I mean, what has this world come to? I mean, you have online shopping. You don't even need to pay someone to wait in line because you don't even need to be in a lineup anymore. You literally can sit in your home in your underwear, or maybe that's just me. Then you can order pretty much anything you want. Me, recently I've been ordering a lot of Pokemon cards. Shh. And I might have ordered some toilet paper. So why are we waiting in these long lineups? And yeah, that was actually a true story. I ordered toilet paper on Amazon because I really needed it and it said it would come that night. I got Amazon Prime. Okay, you know what? Maybe I spoke a little bit too soon because this person will actually wait in those long DMV lines. You know, if you're at LCBO, you don't want to buy liquor online. Those lineups can be long. Maybe Disney World, maybe they can wait in those lines as well, but in front of all those kids. And then when it's your turn, you butt everyone and just go there and then they leave. I don't know, guys. This is kind of getting really dumb here, but let's move on. Let's continue this. Number 6, we have an electric shock person. Have you ever had the urge to feel what it was like to be electrocuted? Yeah, me neither. But apparently there are a bunch of people who are just dying to be electrocuted. No pun intended. They don't sound like the brightest crayon in the box, but apparently it is a very popular thing to do in Mexico City. Lots of tourists, they'll line up to play a game where you hold 2 metal bars and allow yourself to be electrocuted all for fun. My idea of a good time in Mexico is going to the beach, not shocking myself. So this professional shocker, well, you pay them and they'll shock you. So that's how they make their money. Lipstick readers kiss their way onto this list at number 5. This person is similar to a palm reader, but instead of reading palms, the lipstick reader will tell you things about your past, present, and future, just from your lip imprint. So I'm not sure what my dry lips are telling me right now. I think it's telling me to go get some chapstick. Well, this sounds like a really far-fetched idea to me. I don't see how the lines in your lips or hands can tell you things about your life, but maybe I'm wrong. Have you guys ever had this done? Have you ever had a psychic tell you your future, and was it ever accurate? A lot of people say that psychics are con people who use the power of persuasion while others swear by them. I've seen so many of these psychics, like they just go out of business. I wonder if they saw their own future. Next up, number 4. We have the human shield. This sounds like a super dangerous job, but trust me, it's not what you're thinking. Drivers in Iran are hiring people to run behind their cars in order to outsmart their city traffic cameras. Apparently, there are a lot of driving restrictions in the city of Tehran, and you have to pay a lot in order to drive in certain lanes. So instead of spending money on a weekly or get an annual pass, they hire people to block their license plates so the camera won't detect them and send them a bill in the mail. That's actually pretty funny if you think about it, but it actually has become a really big problem there. A professional pusher makes its way onto this list at number 3. So I told you that there were a lot of jobs out there, but this one sounds really far-fetched. We all know how busy it can get on underground trains during rush hour, but would you believe that people are hired in Tokyo to actually push people onto the train during the morning and evening rushes? This sounds so insane to me, but it's real. There has to be a better system. But honestly, you know what? It doesn't sound like that terrible of a job. You are getting paid to just push people around. It sounds like this job can get a little rough at times, but I wonder how much it pays, because I'm considering applying. But you know what, instead of cramming people into the subway systems like that, like a can of sardines, they should actually do the reverse. They should have professional pullers. It's like, okay guys, this train is way too full. You get out of there, and you get the heck out of there. What are you thinking? Toilet paper sniffer takes us to the number 2 spot. No pun intended. If you have a high sense of smell, then this job is for you. Big paper towel companies pay people to sniff their products before they're shipped out to the factory so that they can make sure they don't smell weird. I didn't know that this was a huge issue for these companies, but like other jobs, I guess somebody has to do it. And it doesn't sound like a terrible job. All you have to do is sniff all day. I mean, it could be a lot worse. I mean, there are people out there who are professional deodorant sniffers. So they smell people's armpits to see if the deodorant is doing their job. And finally, topping our list of the top 10 dumbest jobs that actually exist. And at number 1, we have the rental boyfriend. Yep, that's right, a rental boyfriend. Shopping malls in China have started a service where you can go and rent a boyfriend for 30 minutes at a time. But the only service that they will do are hold your bags, take photos, chat, and shop with you. I mean, this is a little bit sexist, but you can even go to the store, scan QR codes, and pay for the service on your phone. And yeah, it's that easy to rent your very own boyfriend. there you guys have it. We've made it to the end of this video. It is time to reply to you guys' questions and comments from previous videos. First up, we got Marcus. Thank you so much for watching the video and leaving a comment. Landon has a great personality. Thank you so much, buddy. Next we have Carrie and Pete. I love you all. The jokes in this are great. Caitlin Dillon says, hi, love your videos. Keep up the good work. Eloise Anders says, hi, Landon. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Carrie Ann says, I love these dumbest tweets and Facebook. Some people make you worry about humanity. And is Danny on part 50 yet on the road to 50 for dumbest tweets? I don't know. That's like 500 really dumb dumbs out there. Well, that's all the comments I have for this one. I'll see you guys all in the next video.